The world is changing, in ways both subtle and dramatic, and the signs are all around us. At the very heart of this transformation is fire, a force that is both ancient and newly unpredictable. Today we are confronted by megafires, vast, ferocious infernos that sweep across entire regions, devouring forests, fields, and even communities at a pace we have never seen before. These fires are not just natural disasters, they are a stark warning that our relationship with nature and with fire itself has become dangerously out of balance. For generations, fire was seen only as a destructive force to be fought and feared. But now, we are beginning to realize that fire is something we must learn to coexist with, to understand and even to respect. Across the globe, landscapes that once felt safe and familiar are becoming more flammable. Each summer now brings not just warmth and sunshine, but a growing sense of anxiety and uncertainty. The question we face is no longer simply how to fight these fires, but how to adapt our lives, our communities, and our thinking to live with them, how to prepare for a future where fire is a constant presence. For centuries, fire played a vital role in renewing ecosystems, clearing away old growth, returning nutrients to the soil, and helping seeds sprout. In many places, fire was a natural part of the cycle of life, bringing renewal and balance. But today's fires are different, hotter, faster, and far more destructive. They often burn so intensely that they sterilize the soil, destroy entire habitats, and leave little chance for recovery. These megafires are a symptom of a planet under immense strain, a warning sign that cannot be ignored. They send us an urgent message about the state of our world. Our mastery of fire once propelled civilization forward, fueling industry, progress, and growth. But now, in an era of climate change, that same mastery threatens to overwhelm us, as fire grows beyond our control. We stand at a crossroads. We can continue fighting a losing battle against ever larger fires, or we can choose a new path, one of understanding, adaptation, and resilience. This new path means respecting fire's power, learning from its patterns, and building resilience into our homes, our landscapes, and our way of life. The story of fire is, in many ways, the story of humanity itself. Our survival, our progress, and now our future depend on how we respond to this new era. We must listen to the warnings, learn from the past, and act decisively, before the flames reshape our world beyond recognition. The challenge before us is profound, but so too is our capacity for change, innovation, and hope. Communities are already coming together, rebuilding, and finding new ways to live with fire. Adapting to this new era of fire is not just necessary, it is the only way forward. By working with nature, rather than against it, we can create a safer, more resilient future. Our future, and the future of generations to come, depends on the choices we make today. The era of fire is here, and how we respond will define us. Europe, once celebrated for its gentle, temperate landscapes and rolling green hills, has long been a symbol of natural beauty and balance. But today, this continent finds itself at the very epicenter of a growing wildfire crisis, a situation that is escalating year after year. Record-breaking heat waves, some of the hottest ever recorded, and prolonged, unrelenting droughts have transformed vast regions into tinderboxes, ready to ignite at the slightest spark. Southern countries like Greece, Spain, Portugal, and Italy have been hit especially hard, facing catastrophic blazes that threaten lives, homes, and centuries-old forests. Yet the flames do not respect borders. Even northern nations such as Sweden and the UK, once considered safe from such disasters, now find themselves battling wildfires with increasing frequency. According to the European Forest Fire Information System, the area of land burned each year has surged dramatically, painting a stark picture of a new fiery reality for the continent. Forests are under immense stress, soils are parched and cracked, and fire seasons are not only longer but also more intense than ever before. The relentless warming trend is fundamentally reshaping Europe's landscapes, making once lush regions increasingly vulnerable to devastating fires. The gentle summer rains that once nourished the land are fading away, replaced by long, arid spells and relentless, suffocating heat waves. This crisis is about far more than just uncomfortable summers. It poses a direct threat to fragile ecosystems, local economies, and the very ways of life that have defined Europe for generations. Wildfires are now a clear and urgent symptom of a planet in distress, a visible sign that our environment is reaching a breaking point. The consequences of climate change are no longer distant or abstract. They are burning at our very doorstep, demanding our immediate attention. Europe's dramatic transformation stands as a stark warning to us all. a reminder that no place is immune to the impacts of a warming world. The time to act is now, before more of our cherished landscapes are lost to the flames, and before the warning signs become irreversible reality. Climate change sets the stage, but our forest management provides the fuel. Decades of fire suppression have left forests choked with dead wood and dense undergrowth, perfect tinder for megafires. Monoculture plantations, especially pines, are highly flammable and allow fires to spread rapidly. The abandonment of rural lands has ended traditional practices like grazing and firewood collection, letting vegetation grow unchecked. Landscapes once managed as mosaics are now continuous, making it easier for fire to travel. It's a perfect storm-warmer climate, fuel-laden forests, and changing land use. The spark, whether lightning or human, only ignites what's been building for decades. Understanding this tinderbox effect is crucial to finding real solutions. Only by addressing these root causes can we hope to live more safely with fire. Most wildfires in Europe are started by people, over 95% in the Mediterranean region. This staggering statistic highlights just how deeply human actions are intertwined with the growing wildfire crisis. Whether intentional or accidental, our presence leaves a mark on the landscape, often with devastating consequences. Carelessness, not just arson, is often to blame. A single cigarette tossed aside, an unattended barbecue, or a spark from farm machinery can ignite a catastrophe. Even a forgotten campfire or a glass bottle left in the sun can start a blaze. These small acts, repeated across the continent, add up to a major threat. As more people move into wildland-urban interfaces, the risk grows. More homes, more ignition sources, more danger. Urban expansion into forests and woodlands means that fires not only start more easily, but also threaten more lives and property than ever before. Our broader activities, burning fossil fuels, abandoning traditional land management, and contributing to climate change amplify the problem. Hotter, drier summers and neglected fields create perfect conditions for wildfires to spread rapidly and unpredictably. The old knowledge of managing land with fire has faded, leaving landscapes more vulnerable. Traditional practices like controlled burns once kept fuel loads in check, but as these skills disappear, forests become tinderboxes waiting for a spark. Tackling wildfires means changing our behavior, not just fighting flames. Community action, like clearing brush, creating defensible space, and learning fire safety, can make a real difference in reducing risk. We need greater responsibility, public education, and smarter development in fire-prone areas. Building fire-resistant homes, teaching children about prevention, and making safety a community priority are all essential steps. Wildfires are as much a human problem as a natural one. Our choices, both big and small, determine how severe and frequent these disasters become. Acknowledging our role is the first step toward lasting solutions. When communities come together to learn, prepare, and adapt, they build resilience against future fires. Our choices shape the future of fire. Every action, from prevention to recovery, influences the landscape for generations to come. It's time to act with awareness and accountability. Together, we can protect our communities and landscapes from the growing threat of wildfires. To solve today's wildfire crisis, we must rediscover ancient wisdom. Indigenous peoples and rural communities have long used fire as a tool for renewal, not just destruction. Controlled burns, small, low-intensity fires, clear undergrowth and reduce fuel, making wildfires less severe. In Europe, traditional practices are being revived. Portugal uses goat herds to graze flammable brush. Spain studies ancestral burning techniques. This isn't about abandoning technology but blending it with time-tested knowledge. Proactive, preventative strategies guided by local communities are key. By learning from the past, we can restore balance and resilience to our landscapes. Fire can be a partner, not just a threat. As wildfires become more common, we must adapt our homes and communities. Creating defensible space, clearing flammable materials, and thinning vegetation around homes can mean the difference between survival and loss. Building with fire-resistant materials like metal roofs and tempered glass greatly increases safety. Updating building codes and offering incentives for retrofitting homes are essential steps. New communities should be designed with fire safety in mind: wide roads, green belts, and reliable water sources. These measures aren't luxuries, they're investments in resilience. Homeowners, builders, and planners all have a role to play. By building smarter, we can live more safely in fire-prone landscapes. Adaptation is not optional, it's vital. Our built environment must become part of a fire-adapted ecosystem. The future of our communities depends on it. Technology is transforming how we detect and fight wildfires. Satellites and drones provide real-time surveillance, spotting fires early and mapping their spread with precision. Computer models predict fire behavior, helping commanders deploy resources more effectively. Advanced air tankers and new fire retardants improve firefighting power, while better equipment keeps crews safer. But technology alone isn't enough. It must be integrated with good land management and community preparedness. No satellite can prevent a fire if forests are overloaded with fuel. The real power lies in combining innovation with prevention and resilience. A multi-layered defense is our best hope. The future of fire safety is both high-tech and hands-on. In the face of wildfire, our greatest strength is community. Fire-safe councils and neighborhood groups educate, organize, and help create defensible space. Simple acts, maintaining property, sharing information, having evacuation plans, save lives. Supporting firefighters and heeding their warnings is crucial. Every person plays a role in building a culture of preparedness. When communities unite, they form a powerful shield against disaster. Recovery is faster and resilience is stronger when we stand together. Together we are safer. The challenge of wildfires is immense, but it's not a story of despair. Humanity's strength lies in adaptation, innovation, and cooperation. Our future depends on a mosaic of solutions: prescribed burns, smarter building, advanced technology, and a new mindset. Governments, scientists, communities, and individuals all have a part to play. Every action, no matter how small, builds resilience. The fires of today are a harsh lesson, but also an opportunity to rebuild our relationship with nature. Green shoots after a fire symbolize hope and renewal. Let's be inspired by nature's resilience. Let's learn, adapt, and work together for a safer future. The path forward requires courage and commitment. Our planet is changing and so must we. Together we can ensure a hopeful future on this remarkable, sometimes fiery Earth.